Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Seeds and Weeds podcast, brought to you by Small House Farm. Join us as we talk with gardeners, foragers, herbalists, chefs, and community activists to explore the many ways that plants impact our cultures and cuisines, our history, and our future. I'm your host, Bevin Cohen, and this is Seeds and Weeds. Howdy, friends. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're hanging out with Zehra Murthy, who's the founder of Belfiore Herbal. Now, Zehra is a scientist at University of California, and she has spent the last 40 years studying cellular and molecular biology, and she's applied her in-depth knowledge to the creation of a full line of botanical skincare products under the brand name Belfiore Herbal. You are going to learn a lot of stuff from Zehra today, including how to create a powerful vitamin A oil from your very own homegrown carrots. You know, we've had a few aromatherapists on the program lately. We just had Liz Fulcher on the show to talk about creating hydrosols, so when Zehra's publicist reached out to me about having her on the show, I just couldn't resist it, right? The Belfiore Herbal Farm, it's located just outside San Francisco, and they grow a couple acres of lavender there, and then use that lavender to create the hydrosol that's used in all of their products. So I thought that might be a fun follow-up on a recent episode with Liz Fulcher for an even deeper dive into the world of herbal hydrosols and all-natural, plant-based skincare. Before we dig into that conversation, though, some updates from around the farm. Things at Small House have been pretty busy lately. We recently had the folks from the School of Traditional Skills come visit us for 3 days of filming for a class that we're collaborating on that's going to be coming out sometime next spring. I can't give you a lot of details about it just yet, but it was a really fun experience working with the crew, and I think you are going to love what we put together. As we're moving into the last part of summer, my teaching schedule is also starting to pick up. I recently had the opportunity to lead a program on cold-pressed seed and nut oils for the Northern Michigan Small Farm Conference, and then just a few days from now, we're going to be hosting a tomato tasting event at the Huron County Nature Center, which is a beautiful destination right in the tip of the thumb here in Michigan. So imagine the Michigan mitten, and then right there on the tip of the thumb along Lake Huron, that's where this nature center is. It's just such a beautiful place. I'm so excited to go and visit. I'm also going to be presenting at the Michigan State Master Gardener Conference later on in the month, and then September, it's going to get extra busy. We're going to be at the National Heirloom Expo in Ventura, California, and then the Ohio Paw Paw Festival, and then at the end of the month, I'm going to be headed to Italy for Terra Madre, which is an incredible international food festival. So I'm going to put links down in the show notes for all of these events. They're all worth checking out if you're able to do it. And I'm hoping to have the chance to meet up with some folks at the Heirloom Expo in California so we can record some interviews for the podcast, because I thought that might be fun. You know, we're creeping up on our 50th episode of Seeds and Weeds soon. I think this might be episode number 47 right here. I'm not sure, but it's pretty wild to think about it. You know, we've had some incredible guests on the show. It's been so much fun. I'm having fun. Are you having fun? That's the question. If you are having fun, please let us know. You can leave a rating or a review over on Apple or Spotify. You could drop a comment on YouTube or on our website. It's really nice to get feedback from folks. You know, as fun as this podcast is, it's also a lot of work. So please let us know what you think of how we're doing here. If you really love what we're doing here and want to support the podcast beyond just a comment or a review, please consider joining our Patreon community. It's an easy way to show your support for as little as $3 a month, which is like the cost of a cup of tea. And members of the Patreon community enjoy all sorts of perks and benefits like free books, heirloom seeds, herbal gift baskets, special mini episodes of the podcast, all sorts of stuff. You can find the link to our Patreon down in the show notes, over on our website, or at patreon.com/smallhousefarm. A big thank you to all of our new and returning members, including Phyllis Duvall, Katie Brown, and Ashley White. Thank you all so much for your support. Belfiore Herbal was started as a backyard science experiment. Zehra Murthy and her family have grown a variety of vegetables and flowers in their backyard for decades. Farming, one could say, was their hobby. And upon turning 70 years old, and after 40 years of working on animal cell and molecular biology research at UCSF, Zehra decided that she needed to use her extensive knowledge of biology and her hobby of farming to help people. And Belfiore Herbal was born. Hello, Zehra. Welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you.
You are doing some just absolutely amazing things over there at Belfiore Herbal, and I'm so excited to chat about it. But before we dig into that, could you just tell our listeners a little bit about you, your background, and then the founding of the Belfiore Herbal brand?
So I'm a scientist, basically, a research scientist. I've been working at UCSF, University of California, San Francisco, for last almost almost 40 years or so on cell and molecular biology along with genetics. Actually, genetics is my favorite subject where I had started it, and I'm still working on it. And the reason I started this company is to give back my knowledge of science to the society. But I wanted to do something with my knowledge with cell and molecular biology, which can help people keep their skin healthy. And I love plants.
Now, your products, they all feature plants that are grown right there on your farm in California. And I know that you've been busy lately. It's the lavender harvest. But in addition to the lavender, I read that you also grow marigolds and sunflowers, rosemary, and many of the other ingredients that are used in the line of product. On your website, I saw the tagline, from seed to skincare. And I absolutely love that. Why is that so important to you?
Because like if I'm buying some of the oils, I would not know exactly their quality and all. So that's the reason I try to grow most of my herbs. Of course, some of them I don't grow. Sunflower oil, I do buy it from one of the reliable company that grows in US. Other thing I don't grow is shea butter. Shea butter comes from Ghana, Africa. And this, we support those women who works to make this shea butter, and we give them 20% of our profit in it.
So now, how large is your farm, and how much lavender do you guys harvest each year?
The farm is almost 11 acres, but lavender is in about 2.5 acres or so. And our farm is certified organic. Oh, how much we harvest. Actually, this year we harvested so much lavender. I mean, we distilled almost 80 liters of essential oil. And I use lavender hydrosol. We made enormous number of lavender hydrosol because every product or every cream or lotion we make, we use lavender hydrosol or rosemary hydrosol. We don't use any distilled water in it. And the lavender and rosemary, the antibacterial.
Do you also grow the rosemary right there on your farm?
Yes, we do grow rosemary also. Rosemary and marigold and all that is in the smaller place we have it. Yes. For us, rosemary is the easiest plant. It grows like weeds. Rosemary is really good. Marigold, yes, I do grow enough, not a whole lot, because you cannot keep that. You have to collect it and make the oil of it.
Do you make the marigold oil from the fresh flowers?
From the fresh flowers. So these are actually infused oil. It's not essential oil. We infuse it in the base oil, and the base oil is sunflower oil. And the reason I use sunflower oil is it will not clog the pore.
Can you tell us some of the benefits of the marigold flower oil? That's not something I'm very familiar with.
So the most beneficial thing in marigold is ferulic acid. And the ferulic acid helps a lot in our skin cells, not just the regeneration, but it helps to make our cells nice and healthy so they don't just break out and die. And the ferulic acid is best for it. It's another antimicrobial, antibacterial, and it has a lot of antioxidant in it.
We're growing marigolds this year. I always grow marigolds alongside with my tomatoes and that sort of thing.
Right.
And they are doing so well this year. I was actually just speaking with my wife, Heather. I was like, oh my gosh, we got so many marigolds this year. I wonder what we should do with all of them. Now I know.
So another reason you can do it, I mean, the fresh is good, but otherwise I learned if you deep freeze it, they keep their quality. So if you really want to make this marigold oil, you collect those fresh flowers, keep it nice and without any much water in it, and put it in a Ziploc bag and freeze them, deep freeze it. They will stay very well, and then whenever you plan to make the oil, make it. I can give you the formula. I mean, if you want to know, I have worked out the condition, how many grams of flowers to how much of base oil you could use.
Oh, yes, please. If you would be willing to share, we would love to hear.
Okay, so it's 50 grams to 1 liter, and you have to heat up in a double boiler for at least 12 hours and then leave in it for another 12 to 24 hours before filtering it.
Sounds like a great topical skin product, but also a great way to use all these beautiful flowers I got. Oh, I bet it smells so good too.
It does smell good too. Plus, this is, like you said, make use of beautiful flowers. So that's another reason I had thought that I've been doing gardening, and in my backyard, I do the flower arrangement just for fun for my friends and stuff. And I used to think that, we grow all these flowers and everything, and at the end, we just throw them away.
Now, obviously, with your background, you have a very scientific approach to creating these skincare and beauty products. So how are Belfiore herbal products different from other skincare products that are available on the market?
I would give just 2 or 3 points. The first one is it's all plant-based. There is no synthetic chemicals or petroleum or animal. The other one is I formulated every single product and I selected all the ingredients such a way that they are skin barrier friendly. That means it's non-comedogenic. It would not clog the pore of your skin to cause any damage. The third one is here at Belfiore Herbal, we carefully choose 10 ingredients full of all the beneficial vitamins and antioxidants that works in harmony to help skin cells produce lots of healthy collagen, elastin, and multimolecular weight hyaluronic acid. Now here I will tell what's multimolecular weight hyaluronic acid is the smallest molecule would go in the dermis cells. It would keep you hydrated. Middle molecule will stay at the epidermis cells and keep you nicely hydrated, while the biggest molecule will stay on top of the barrier and keep your skin hydrated. Plus, our ingredients produce healthy collagen peptide to maintain the pH level of our skin.
Excellent. Now, on your website, I saw that you're promoting the 5 steps to skincare. And what really caught my eye on that page was the statement. It says, plants are powerful. And that's really on brand here for what we do with the Seeds and Weeds podcast. So that really stood out to me, So could you just walk us through the 5 steps to skincare?
So first is to cleaning. Cleaning the skin is really basic thing. You need to have nicely deep cleaned. So clean the clogged pore. Then second one is the toner. We make it with lavender and aloe vera. Makes it very powerful. It not only hydrates, but it cleans up all leftover whatever gunk in our skin. Then third one is the super serum. And why we gave the name super serum is it has vitamin A, E, and vitamin C in it. All together helps every cell in your skin. For vitamin A, we make it from carrot. That also our homemade thing, homegrown and made oil. We make it vitamin A oil. Then we have a face cream and eye cream. That also has just 4 or 5 ingredients in it to keep it every cell hydrated. And eye cream, it has a lot of vitamin A in it. The reason I made it eye cream separate is the skin around our eyes are a little bit different than other facial skin. It's not producing its own sebum or its own oil around the eyes, and it needs a little extra care to help producing lot of healthy collagen along with elastin. And night cream is a little heavier side. That means it has a lot more shea butter in it to keep it nice and healthy and hydrated. So those are the basic products we have.
That's awesome. I'm feeling more beautiful already. Let's go back quick to this carrot oil that you're talking about for the vitamin A. Are you making this? Is it from the carrot root, from the flower, the seed? Which part of the plant are you utilizing for the vitamin A?
Right. The carrot itself. We grow our carrot, clean it up, shred them, and infuse it again with base oil. The sunflower oil is the base oil.
That's amazing. So is it fresh carrot, or after you shred it, do you dry it or you use it fresh?
Fresh. I use it fresh. Clean the carrot, grate it, and infuse it. It's a similar way, like I told you how we did the marigold flowers, the similar way, but the ratio is a little different in here. It's a 250 grams I use for 1 liter. It's a lot more carrot we need to get good amount of vitamin A in it. And that is very crucial to have our every cell get enough vitamin A to have the healthy collagen.
That is amazing. It's no wonder your stuff is so good. Zehra, for the folks that want to learn more about the work that you're doing and shop for some of these incredible products that you've described for us, what is the link that they're going to need?
Just simply go to belfioreherbal.com. We have all our products there.
Fantastic. I'm going to drop that link down in the show notes also, so folks can just click right on through to it. Zehra, thanks again for being on the show with us today. This was awesome.
Thank you, Bevin.
That's it, my friends. Another show in the books. Thanks again to Zehra Murthy for being our guest today and to all of you for tuning in. Remember, if you enjoy the podcast and would like to show your support, you can always join our Patreon community. You can find that link and so much more at seedsandweedspodcast.com. This episode was edited and produced by all of us here at Small House Farm, and the music we're enjoying right now is called Fun Times with the Guys by Golden Sun Labs. Thanks again for joining us, friends. I'm Bevin Cohen, and we'll see you next time.